This is the lecture number 3 for the chapter application of derivative, and today we will start with the topic increasing and decreasing function. Now in increasing and decreasing functions, let us take the two graphs like this. Fx is the graph of this, and let us take a graph of this. Now what are increasing and decreasing functions? Let f be a function on whose domain belongs to the real number, and let I be an interval in which is a subset of the domain of f. Let us take any real number, and I is the interval which is a subset of the real numbers. Then f is said to be increasing on the given interval if for any x1 x2 in the given subset, a given interval, x1 less than x2, then fx1 should be less than equal to fx2. Then if the values of f do not decrease as we move from left to right, that is, as we change the value of x1 to x2 from smaller to the larger, the value of the function also becomes from smaller to the larger. That is, if x1 is less than x2, then the value of the function for x1 should also be less than equal to the value of the function for x2. That is, if the value of f do not decrease as we move from left to right, it will decrease, it will increase. As the value of x increases from x1 to x2, the value of the function should increase from x1 to x2. Now f is said to be strictly increasing. Now it is increasing. Now we are taking a strictly word increasing on I if for x1 x2 belongs to that interval and x1 is less than x2, then fx1 should less than fx2, not equal to. We don't have the equal sign here. x1 less than x2 means the function should not be equal for any value of x1 and x2. In this, the function should be always less than. But in increasing, it should be always less or equal to. But in this, it should always be less for a strictly increasing function. Now f is said to be decreasing on the interval I for x1 x2 belongs to the given interval. If x1 less than x2, then fx1 should greater than equal to fx2. The value of the function should increase. Now as the value of the function x1 is less than x2, then by putting the value of x1 into the value of the function, x1 should become greater than fx2. That is, if the value of f do not decrease as we move from left to right. Do not decrease as we move from left to right. Main is if x1 is less than x2, then fx1 should be less than equal to fx2. But in decreasing, if x1 is less than x2, then the value of the function x1 should increase with fx2. And it becomes strict increasing if this equal sign is not there, it will only be greater. So this is the strictly increasing function. Now in strictly increasing and decreasing, suppose strictly decreasing, we have increasing or decreasing means increasing or decreasing. Suppose we have this curve. Now it is somewhere increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing, and so on. So in a particular interval, it should increase. Suppose we have interval from this to this interval. So from this to this interval is strictly increasing. But from this to this, it is either increasing from this to this, then decreasing, then increasing, then decreasing, and so on. Then we say that it is only increasing or decreasing. But if a particular interval it is strictly increasing, then we say that it is strictly increasing. Now condition for the increasing and decreasing function, how you have to do it. Now let us take there is a function whose curve is this, and suppose there is a point P for x naught and the value of the function fx naught, and if we draw a tangent at point P here like this and here like this, this function we have taken and this function we have taken, we draw a tangent at P, x naught, fx naught, and it is making an angle of theta. This is making an angle of phi with the x-axis. Now if f dash x exists at x is equal to x naught, then f dash x naught is equal to the slope of the tangent to the graph of fx, you know it. Then derivative of the function at a particular point denote the slope of the tangent to the curve at that particular point. Now the tangent make at P is acute. In this case, this is acute, and in this case, this is acute. Now, because theta, angle theta with tangent make at P is acute, which implies that an increase in the value of x leads to the increase in the value of fx. That is, f dash x should be greater than 0. Means in this first case, as the value of x increasing, then the value of the function f dash x also greater than 0. Similarly, the tangent is negative in the second case. Phi will be tangent at P will lead to the decrease in the value of fx, that is f dash x less than 0. So it means that for the increasing function, the tangent at P should be positive, and for the decreasing function, the tangent at any point at x1, x0 will be negative, because in the decreasing function, the tangent make an angle of obtuse with the positive direction of the x-axis, and the tangent at P for the increasing function make an acute angle with the positive direction of the x-axis. So to prove that the function is increasing, you prove that its first derivative is positive, and if it is a decreasing function, you can prove that it is derivative at a particular point is negative for the decreasing function. Now let us take the two graph xq and minus xq. Now its derivative f dash is 0. fx is strictly I at 0 strictly, and gx is equal to x cube. This is a graph of x cube, and this is a graph of x minus x cube. This is a strictly increasing function. This is a strictly decreasing function. Now, if f dash x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to the open interval of AB in the which belongs to the domain of f, and f is continuous on AB, if it is a continuous function, then it is a strictly increasing. Now, if f dash is less than 0 for all x belongs to the open interval of AB, and f is continuous on the closed interval of AB, then f is strictly decreasing in the interval AB, which is a subset of the domain of f. If f dash x is positive, it is strictly increasing, and it should be a continuous function. Then we say that is a strictly increasing or decreasing function. Strictly increasing because it is a continuous function. It is a decreasing function, and it is also continuous, so it is a strictly decreasing function. So in the nutshell, we can say that to prove that the function is increasing, if its first derivative is positive, and it is decreasing if its first derivative is less than 0. To prove that strictly and word, then you have to prove that it is a continuous function. Now the question based on this is in the exercise 6.2. In question number 1, it is given that fx is equal to 2x plus 3 and x belongs to real number, and you have to prove that is a strictly increasing function on R. The word is strictly here. So we'll discuss the strictly and increasing and increasing. Now fx is equal to 2x plus 3 for all x belongs to real number. Now because fx is polynomial function, so it is always continuous and differentiable for all x belongs to R. Polynomial function is always continuous and differentiable for all real number, and f dash x is positive. 2 derivative is greater than 0, so we can say that fx is a strictly increasing on R. If you draw the graph of this, it will be a continuous function. There is no break in the graph for all real number, and it will be an increasing function, and it is a strictly increasing function. Now in question number 2, e raised to power 2x is given for all real number, and we know that exponential function is always continuous and differentiable for all x belongs to R, and its first derivative is e raised to power 2x and 2, which is always positive for all positive value of the real numbers, because the exponential function is never negative. If you put the value of x as negative, it will come down in the denominator and become positive. Exponential function can never be negative. So it is a strictly increasing function. In question number 3, we have the function fx is equal to sin x which is continuous and differentiable on R. We know that sine function is continuous and differentiable on R. You know the graph of this, it is always continuous, and we know that the sine and cosine function is always continuous in their domain. Find its derivative, f dash x is equal to cos x. Now because cos x is positive in 0 to pi by 2, it is interval in the first part is given. In the first quadrant, the cos x is positive, so fx is strictly increasing in the interval 0 to pi. 0 to pi. Now the second part, the interval is pi by 2 to pi. Second quadrant is given. So its first derivative is cos x, and because sin x is continuous differentiable and cos x is negative in the second quadrant, pi by 2 to pi, so it means f dash x is strictly decreasing function in the interval pi by 2 to pi. Strictly increasing the first interval because cos x is positive, and strictly decreasing in the interval pi by 2 to pi because cos x is negative in the second interval. Now because this function sin x is neither increasing nor decreasing in the interval from 0 to pi by 2 and pi by 2 to pi, it is decreasing. So we say that it is neither increasing nor decreasing in the interval 0 to pi. If you know the graph of this cos function, you know it. Sine function 0, 90, 180, you know the graph. It is 1 for the 90, then 180, then this, and like this. So 0, 90 and 180. Now from 0 to pi it is increasing, and from pi by 2 to pi it is decreasing. So we can say that the sine function is neither increasing nor decreasing from 0 to pi, but it is increasing, strictly increasing from 0 to pi and strictly decreasing from pi by 2 to pi. So we can say like this. Increasing strictly 0 to pi by 2, decreasing strictly from pi by 2 to pi, and because in 0 to pi interval, in some interval it is increasing, in some interval it is decreasing. So we can say that from 0 to pi it is neither increasing nor decreasing. So like this you have to prove in this exercise. Now in question number 4, the function is given as 2x square minus 3x, which is a polynomial function, and it is continuous and polynomial differentiable on all real numbers. So we find the derivative of this f dash x is equal to 4x minus 3. Now you have to find in which interval it is increasing and which interval is strictly decreasing and which interval is strictly increasing. You have to prove. Now first derivative is 4x minus 3. Now fx is strictly increasing if f dash x is greater than 0. It should be strictly increasing when it should be greater than 0. So put it equal to greater than 0, that the value of x will be greater than 3 upon 4. So it means it is strictly increasing in the interval 3 upon 4 to infinity. 3 upon 4 greater, it is increasing. Now for the function to be strictly decreasing, then its first derivative should be less than 0. So 4x minus 3 less than 0. So x is less than 3 upon 4. The function is strictly decreasing in the interval less than 3 upon 4. So 3 upon 4 up to minus infinity. Increasing less than 3 upon 4 to the left hand side, that is up to minus infinity. Strictly increasing, that is greater than 3 and 4 to the right hand side of 3 upon 4. So this is the method to do the increasing decreasing type questions, and it is a long exercise. We will discuss in detail in the next lecture. Thank you.